Hello, my beautiful Libras. How are you guys? This is Debs, and this is your reading for mid-August 2025. Libra, you are deep in thought. What I heard in meditation was somebody saying to themselves, okay, I didn't want to look at this before, but hypothetically, could this work? Could I do this? What are the ramifications if it all goes wrong? What would be the financial outlay? Could this work? And then that was it. I feel, Libra, you had something sort of niggling in the back of your mind. You kept pushing it away. Kept pushing it away. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't want to look at that. Don't want to look at that. Now, Libra, you're really looking at it. It may be your circumstances have changed. It may be somebody is sweetening an offer. It may be, Libra, that you're realizing you just can't be where you are in your life with this person, in this job, whatever this is for you. Something has to change. And I feel, Libra, you are now looking at something pretty life-changing. Seriously. You didn't want to look at it before. Okay. Archangel Michael saying, let's begin the reading, Deborah. So as you guys probably know by now, I'm sure you watch more than one of these readings. The deck is the Marchetti deck. Everything you need is down below. And Libra. Yeah, Michael's showing me the scales of justice, the justice card. Would this be balanced? You may be thinking of some kind of legal contract, or this may take you looking at documents, paperwork, that sort of thing. Okay. All right, Libra. Oh, I want to take those. I want to take those. All right. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Libras? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do we have for Libra? Male or female? What is this all about for Libra? Thank you, Michael. Yeah, Libra, I'm hearing you saying to yourself, I feel at least I should look at this. And seriously, I'm seeing somebody getting out an old-fashioned pad of paper and pen. Let's just write down the pros and cons. Let's just see if this could actually work. Would this be possible? Okay. Libra. I don't know why. Arnold's in the corner and he's looking at me and he's getting up and he's sitting down. And he's getting up and he's sitting down. Arnold, what are you doing? Okay, Libra, you just don't know whether or not you should do this. 1 minute yes, the next minute no. Should I take action? Maybe I should do some research. Well, maybe I should just leave it. Libra, what I want to say is, even if you do your research, you don't have to take action. If you give yourself a clearer idea of what this would entail and maybe how much this would cost, if that's relevant, at least you have the facts. If you don't know the facts, if you haven't delved deeper into this, you can't make a decision. But if you put all the facts on the table and look at it, you might get a clearer idea of whether or not you really wanted to pursue this. Okay? All right. Thank you, Arnold. He's sat back down again. He's now looking at his watch and he's looking at me. You may feel there's a time constraint or timing is important. So Libra, the Wheel of Fortune. You may be thinking that something is destined, or you may believe that a certain situation is meant to be. You're considering working on this, and it's been a long time coming, Libra. You're considering working on a new cycle. I feel this is something you've had in the back of your mind for a while, but you didn't know if you had the courage to do it, or you didn't know whether financially it was possible. Or you didn't know if you had the courage, is what I'm hearing. Okay, guys. Let's do this. You ready? Here we go. All right, Libra. This pertains to you having the courage of walking away from the life that you're leading now. This could be you considering a massive career change. This could be you considering leaving your area. You could be considering walking away from a partner. The Eight of Cups. Crossing that, Libra, is Temperance, Sagittarian energy. Libra, you've been coasting. You've been biding your time. You've been just sitting in a very calm place. You have not wanted to look at this seriously because previously, I feel, Libra, you were okay. You were managing. You were coping. It was all right. It wasn't perfect, but it was manageable. What you're thinking about now is, I really should look at this seriously. Okay. In the past, Libra, Judgment. Very strong Sag energy. You may have felt that a Sagittarian faced Judgment Day, or you may have sat in judgment yourself, judging yourself. Did I make the right decision in the past? After that time, Libra, the Five of Coins. Things changed. Your finances may have taken a bit of a dip. Or you may have realized, Libra, that you felt isolated. You didn't feel that you connected with your community anymore, the people that were around you, your family members, or a relationship. You just didn't feel connected. But you didn't do anything about it. You just sat in your head wondering what you could do. But you didn't take it seriously. Oh, well, yes, in an ideal world, this would have been wonderful, but I can't look at it. I can't look at it, right? I don't know why. Could just be fear. In your thoughts now, Libra, Nine of Swords. The fear is becoming real. What you're realizing, Libra, is times are changing. Your situation might be changing. And something that you just dipped your toe in the water about in the past, you are now really seriously considering. You didn't want to look at it before. In the immediate future, the Four of Cups. Yes, you're telling yourself the truth, Libra. And the truth is, you're not potentially that happy. You may have thought, oh gosh, it's just my time of life, or I'm just having an off day, or I'm just feeling a little bit low in spirits. No, Libra, what you're realizing is something has to change, guys. In your fears, fearing telling yourself the truth, also fearing communicating that truth with someone. Okay, hand in the air. I'm not happy. I've got to be honest. I think I need to embrace change. What do you think? You could be brainstorming with someone. You could be seeking advice. Whoever is in your environment, Libra, is sitting in the energy of the Sun. This could be somebody who is very happy. This is somebody who is growing and expanding in their life. This is someone who is, I'm hearing, enjoying the fruits of their labor. Okay. So Libra, you may be communicating with someone who jumped outside the box as such. They took a risk and it paid off. But it only paid off because they did something drastic. This is somebody who could have moved to another country with a Sun. This is somebody who may have jumped into a brand new project and it's working out. You're almost looking at this person, Libra, as if you're thinking, if I did this, I might be just as happy as that person. Why didn't I do this? Why did I just sit in my head feeling a bit nervous? I think this is someone you're communicating with, Libra, communicating your potential plan. You don't know how they're going to take it, though. In your hopes, the Hermit, hoping just to continue to do a little bit more soul searching. You may be hoping to communicate with a Virgo. In your outcome, Page of Coins, you are dipping your toe in the water. This is you in a beginner's mind. This is you almost feeling a bit like a student, but that's okay. You could be delving into something completely alien to you, but there's a sense of excitement because this is a coin that could grow and flourish into something really beautiful. Clarification for you guys, the Magician. What you do know, Libra, is that if you can push down your fears, and if you can keep your feet on the ground, you could manifest this. You could manifest your own sunshine, right? You could. You could walk away from sitting and coasting and not feeling that happy and filling your days with things that aren't that important to you. If you could embrace the fear and just think, right, let's seriously look at this, your whole life could change. Yeah. Yes, Libra. In your head. I could manifest this, thinks Libra. I could manifest this. I mean, other people do this sort of thing. Other people take that risk. Other people make that jump. Why couldn't I? You're finding your courage, Libra. You're finding your confidence. Because what you're realizing is the world that you've lived in up until this point of time has no meaning for you anymore. It may well be that friends have left the area. It may well be, Libra, that you're realizing you're just not in touch with the way you're living your life anymore, your lifestyle, you're just not enjoying it. It may well be, Libra, that you're newly divorced or you're single and you're thinking, okay, I'm just sitting here, it's just me. What you're realizing is there's so much more of life out there that you could embrace, but you haven't done it. Why haven't you done it? Fear. Maybe fear of other people saying to you, Libra, what are you doing? Oh my goodness, no. Maybe those people, Libra, are jealous that you're even considering this. Have you thought about that? Maybe you've been dealing with naysayers because they're looking at you thinking, oh, I hope Libra doesn't do that because, oh, I really wanted to do that. And I don't really want Libra to do that because then I would feel as if I failed. I wasn't courageous enough to do this. So Libra, if there are people around you who are trying to put you off, question that. Why are they trying to put you off doing this? But whoever this is saying to you, Libra, embrace this. Why not? What is the worst thing that could happen? And Libra, you may well write that down. Okay, what is the worst thing that's going to happen? If I look at this seriously, I think this person is trying to feed positive energy in your direction. They're trying to give you the courage and confidence to do what you need to do to make this possible. So whoever this is the moon. What they're saying to you, Libra, is, yes, it is scary. Yes, you will feel a bit nervous. I did. I feel, Libra, you're about to do something that somebody else has done. Because you seem to be looking at their life thinking, oh, here I am, not very happy, sitting on this log, by myself. Yeah, a bit of a grey day. And this person is sitting in the sun. It is all symbolic. This person made a change. They put in the hard work. They grew, they expanded, and now they're reveling in this newfound energy, this new life, right? What they're saying to you, Libra, is, well, you could do this too. It's very easy. You just look at the facts, you weigh up the pros and cons, and you don't sit in your head and think about this for the next 10 years. You just do it. And it will take a leap of faith. It will take courage. But rather that, Libra, than you sit there in the situation you're in thinking, oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I can't do that now because I'm 10 years older. Or I can't do that now because I had this time frame and now that time frame's gone. They are saying to you, it's true. It is a bit nerve-wracking. It wasn't all plain sailing. This person may have had to cope with a really steep learning curve. But the whole point is, Libra, what they're saying to you is, it was all worth it. When everything was said and done, the trials, the tribulations, the stress, the burden, it was all worth it. Ace of Wands. Libra. What they're saying to you is, go for it. Embrace a passionate new start. Yes, it's a bit scary, Libra, it is. But you could be incredibly happy. Underneath the deck, guys, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So, Libra, I don't think this is about you leaving a relationship. I don't. I think this is you walking away from coasting. You've got a little bit of money. You may not have a great deal, but you have enough. You have, with the Four of Pentacles, been holding back from considering this. Maybe out of feeling a bit nervous. It may take a lump sum of money, or it may be, Libra, that this is you actually thinking about a very big move. Could be a big move, right? Yes, uprooting and moving, changing your life. So here we go, guys. Let's jump in. You're walking away from coasting. I think Archangel Michael's with you at this point of time. You are walking away potentially from feeling very calm and balanced, but I'm hearing intensely bored. Intensely bored. You may have been waiting to meet the right person, to move into a long-term commitment, to move into a serious commitment, or you may, Libra, have been waiting somehow for a magical windfall of the Ten of Pentacles, waiting for a career to take off, right? You've been waiting, coasting. The Death card, Scorpio. Waiting for someone to miraculously change your life, right? Well, the only person that can change your life, Libra, is you. The Hierophant. You may have been hoping, wishing, praying, hoping to meet the right person, hoping to find the person you marry, hoping that, miracle of miracles, the divine will shine their light on you and say, there you go, Libra, right? Hoping for, I don't know, a manifestation to come to pass, maybe. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. And I'm losing my voice. Sorry, guys. Queen of Swords. Libra, this is you. You know the truth. You're looking at that sword. This is you knowing the truth, Libra. You're telling yourself the truth. You may be looking at past mistakes, maybe wasted time, maybe wasted money for some of you. So in the past, Libra, you made a judgment call. You made a decision of sorts, which was actually, Libra, not to do anything. You made a decision not to do anything because this is you being defensive. I don't really want to make a major decision. No. Don't really want to make a major decision. No. Because it would have meant the ending of a particular cycle of your life. So you told yourself the decision I'm going to make is not to look at this. Not to look at this. Yeah. You may have made a decision not to look at this, Libra, because it would have meant you having to collaborate with somebody else and you may have been nervous. Or this is you thinking, I don't want to work on this, look at building on this idea, because I just don't feel I've got the courage to embrace this. But after that time, Libra, with the 5 of coins, maybe your finances dipped a little bit, right? Or maybe you began to feel more and more left out in the cold, a bit on your own. And you thought, okay, well, let's look at little options of making myself happy, right? So, I don't know, guys, you may have bought a few things, you may have taken a few trips. You spent a little bit of money on trying to push down this festering feeling of something major has to change and I can't face it. Yeah. So you spent a little bit of money on buying a few nice things. Oscar's just come in. Sorry, guys. He always tries to jump on the table, my little kitty. Yeah, Libra, you spent a little bit of money and you tried to keep yourself busy so you wouldn't think about this. But it was on your mind. And I think what you were fearful of, Libra, was, what if I get to the 2 of Pentacles? You're clutching hold of 4, you're worried about money. What you're thinking about is, what if I sit in the 2 of Pentacles? Then it's going to get really scary. Then it's going to get real. What you're thinking about now, Libra, is you're not sleeping well. You've got your situation on your mind. You're waking up in the middle of the night thinking, God, you know, I don't know where life is going to take me, but nothing's happening here. I'm not progressing. I'm not going anywhere. Well, you know, this can't be the rest of my life, surely. You're sitting in your head. Yeah. What are you thinking about? Taking a leap of faith and a risk. It's scary, 9 of Swords, but you're thinking about it. Because it's almost as if, Libra, what you're realizing is something has to give. Something has to give. Yeah. It might pertain to you moving with a Knight of Wands. It might pertain to you getting together with an Aries, for some of you, to talk about a potential, you know, a possibility. You're thinking, okay, I think I've just got to do this, right? But then again, you go back to thinking about the Strength card. So this is you at night, 3 in the morning, thinking, okay, I think I should do this. I think I should go for this. I think I should take that jump. And then the next morning you wake up and think, oh, no. Gosh, what was I thinking of? Oh, it's going to take massive change. I just don't think I could do this, right? Holding back. But you may also be thinking about your health. I don't know, Libra, whether or not you believe that where you are is not healthy for you. Yeah. What you're thinking about is, if I stay in this environment, I may be sabotaging my health. I don't know, guys, whether or not you're under a lot of stress, or it could just be, Libra, you're in your head, you know. But you tend to really think about this, and then you pull back, almost as if you prepare your mind, your emotions, to really seriously consider this, and then you sabotage it by sort of symbolically putting it in the back drawer. No, right? So in the immediate future, guys, this is beautiful, because even though you're sat in the 4 of Cups, even though you're thinking, all right, I'm not very happy right now, you have someone who is sitting in the sun. You have someone who took that leap of faith, who did something creative. They might have gone against other people's advice, but they did it, and they're in a happy place. But they don't want you to be under any illusion. It was scary. It was emotional. It took a lot of effort. It took a lot of time. This person might have had a really steep learning curve, but they embraced the excitement of this, the adventure of this. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the 4 of Cups and the Sun for Libra? Thank you, Michael. The 17th of September. Very specific date. I don't know why that date's come through. It may be a relevant conversation. It could be you reach out to this person. It could be you go on a trip. It could be you do a lot of research. You pencil out in your diary, okay, 17th of September, this is what I'm going to do. I feel, Libra, what you're saying to this person is, I just can't sit here in this situation any longer. I'm not happy. And what this person is saying to you is, well, why don't you do something completely outside the box? Do what I did, or take that leap of faith, or why don't you look at what you were wanting to do before, Libra? And you're seriously looking at it now. You didn't want to look at it before, or you almost had to get to the, I'm hearing the point of no return. You had to get to a really stressful situation, Libra, for you to have the courage to just go for this. And I think in the immediate past, this is where you sat. Okay, Two of Pentacles. Oh, what if I go from the Four of Pentacles to the Two of Pentacles? Oh, what if my health starts going under? You know, what if I'm realizing that I'm going to be on my own for the rest of my life? That's scary, right? But it might be that energy that you need to feel, in the nicest sense, Libra, almost a little bit of panic to actually get the adrenaline going for you to really consider this seriously. And remember, nothing happens by chance, Libra. Everything happens for a reason. So what is this person sitting in the sun telling you? King of Swords. First of all, get the facts. First of all, do your research. Look at documents, paperwork, permits, contracts. Look at all that and delve deeper into the practicalities of doing this. Not the airy-fairy romance of this, the practicalities of this, the realness of this. Yes, maybe look at contracts with justice. Okay, Libra, this could be just your energy. What else are they saying to you? Don't fall down. Don't feel it's impossible. But if you're really serious about this, you need to put the work in. What else are they saying to my Libras? The Emperor. Maybe seek advice from someone who is older and wiser than me. This could be head of a company, CEO, managing director. Get some serious advice, Libra. And don't sit in your head about this. Actually take control. Male or female. Step into your masculine energy. Take control. Wow. Okay. High Priestess. And use your intuition rather than sitting in your head about this. Go with your gut instinct. All right. Gosh, Libra. The Tower. Okay. Okay. Libra, this person's also saying to you, you have to be prepared to let your old life completely crumble. Completely crumble. I think this is a life change, a career change, a relocation. What they're saying is, if you're serious, you have to cope with the fact that you have to leave your old life behind. Okay. But you'd also be putting an end to sitting on the fence about this. You know, sitting in a stagnant energy, hoping, wishing, praying, but nothing actually happening. What they're saying is, this will be exciting for you because finally, Libra, there would be movement. What are you saying to this person? The Three of Cups. Oh, I've thought about this. I've dreamed about this. It will be so exciting to do something like this. What else are you saying? Knight of Cups. I know that I'd really love this. I know that it will be for me. You know, a dream situation, a lovely new life. Hangman, because I've been feeling so stuck. Libra, what you're saying to this person is, I now see things differently. I've just been coasting, maybe wasting time or afraid to make that move. Yeah, this fell in my lap. 5 of Wands. In internal conflict, right? In internal conflict. Wanting to put on a brave face. Wanting to pretend that everything's okay when it wasn't. Yeah, Libra. It's as if you're almost, in a strange way, coming clean to this person. But Libra, they may already know that you need this change. Ace of Swords, yeah. What you're saying is, okay, the truth is I was wearing a false mask. I don't think things are going to change. I don't see that I'm going to be happy where I am ongoing. It could be you, Libra, realizing that your career's not taking off, or, or you may be thinking the only way to embrace a brand new life path is to move. Could be. Could be. Empress. I may be connecting with a feminine because Empress is Libra, Taurian energy. This could be you. You may also realize, Libra, that you've learned a lot of lessons and you are ready. You may also, for some of you, be feeling it's sort of now or never because the Empress is normally a woman over 40. Okay? So this is you thinking, if I don't do this now, I may never do this. Now, if you happen to be a masculine, it may well be, guys, that you've ended a relationship, Ace of Swords, with an Empress. And this is you maybe brainstorming with a mate of yours, and the mate of yours is saying, Libra, right, you're a single guy. You don't need to stay in the area anymore. Why don't you embrace a massive life change? Yeah, you could be a masculine. So Libra, same kind of thing if you're a masculine. What is the energy between Libra and the person sat in the sun? Queen of Coins, Libra. You're both thinking about your stability. You're both thinking about building a foundation. You're both concerned about your future financial prospects. I don't think, Libra, this is someone you're going to collaborate with. I think this is someone who is saying to you, think about your future. Think about what would make you happy. Think about your lifestyle choices. Think about what you love to do on a day-to-day basis. Have the courage to allow your old life to just disintegrate and jump into the new. Because it could be lucrative. It could end up saving you money in the long term. It could be the best thing you ever did. So Libra, here we have you. What you're hoping for is to sit in the energy of the Hermit and feel a bit stressed, but you don't need to. You may be hoping, for some of you, to have a conversation with a Virgo. Could be a good friend of yours. What do you think? I feel, Libra, you are going to take a few days to really pull back and do your homework. What are the pros and cons? Literally getting out a pad of paper and a pen, do it old-fashioned style. What would this cost me to do? What's the timing of this? What would I need to put in place to put one foot in front of the other? Baby steps, right? And after that time, Libra, what you're doing, I think, is communicating with this person that you're going to take this seriously. Right? Page of Coins is, oh, I've just booked flight tickets, or I've just got my house valued, or I've just spoken to somebody about a contract. I mean, Libra, this is you beginning. Yes. And you're very excited. This is you saying to this person sat in the energy of the sun, I've got some really good news, right? I'm really looking at this. I'm really looking at this. Wow. Yeah, 3 of Wands. You're really seriously considering this. Because Libra, you genuinely feel at this point that you could do this. This would be possible. And not only that, Libra, your ships may come in. I mean, it's as if you've been telling yourself, oh no, it's going to be really scary, or it's going to be too expensive, or it's going to be too much of a big change. Well, you're changing your mindset, Libra. What you're realizing is this could make you incredibly happy. It could. Yeah. Chariot. And allow you to somehow progress in your life rather than sitting in this stagnant energy, feeling stressed, right? Yeah, guys, this could be a wish come true. This may also, Libra, in some ways help you heal. Now, I don't know if this has got something to do with your health. If it has, then this would be you feeling a lot better in a new environment, maybe. Or with the energy of the star, what you're thinking about is, this will be a healing life change for me spiritually. Maybe. Perhaps, Libra, you went through some trials and tribulations in your past, and you also want to put that in the past for good, you know. Oh, gosh. Yeah, 6 of Cups. Yeah. So, Libra, if you were feeling a little bit upset now and again about the past, what you had to cope with, what you had to deal with, it's going to heal any issues from your past. This situation, this new adventure, this exciting energy you're stepping into will act as sort of anesthetic relating to the past. I'm hearing it's just what the doctor ordered. Okay. 6 of Swords. Yeah. Libra, this is you on your own. You might have gone through trials and tribulations. You may feel as if, oh, you know, I'm on my own. It's getting dark here. I'm on my own in this little boat. But Libra, you are going to move to calmer waters. The divine had to push you into a really uncomfortable state of mind in the immediate past, stressed about money, feeling on your own, right? For you to take this seriously. And you are. You are, Libra. What else is going to happen here for my beautiful Libras? This is a gorgeous reading, guys. Wow. Okay, King of Coins. You could be speaking to a realtor. You could be going to talk to a bank manager. You could be opening a new bank account in a different area. Interesting, Libra. And finally, King of Wands. So Libra, you could be talking to somebody about how excited you are. This could be you speaking to somebody who's creative. You could be simply speaking to a fire sign. It could be seeking advice. Or Libra, this may well be you realizing that if you felt on your own, and if you're considering some kind of big move, a new environment may put you in the path of new people, right? If you're a feminine Libra, you could be moving forward with a King of Coins or a King of Wands. Your social life may take off. If you're a masculine Libra, then what you're thinking about is, I could find somebody very attractive here and end up in a new relationship. The whole world is opening up to me again, right? Yeah. So guys, think very seriously about this Ace of Coins. This is something you should nurture. This is something that could take off. This is something that could make you incredibly happy. This, Libra, for you would be a new lease of life. So guys, a really beautiful reading. I'm leaving it there. If this resonated with you, please get in touch. Drop a comment down below. Let me know. Take care of you guys. And of course, I'll be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, Libra. Bye now.